Hello loves, it's Miss Bone Daddy here with Katawa Shujo. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, not sure, but let's go with it. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But I mentioned this before on Sunday. I wanted to try something new, and this is what I kind of wanted to do visual novels, because all this workload, I thought, I want to read something fun, and this is highly recommended by my friends, and yeah, it seems like a very interesting story. I kind of know a little bit. I played it before, well, not the whole thing, just a piece of it. And it's basically, well, it'll explain in more thorough detail throughout the story. Just like you're a guy, and you have this heart condition, you have to go to this new school, and there you meet a bunch of lovely ladies, and you kind of, it's like a story of who you will end up with. So, yeah, I kind of want to try it because I haven't played in such a long time, and I kind of want to play it again. And that's kind of and if you guys like it, then you can guys check it out. It's super fun. So I'm going to start with a new game, and a light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Hisao. Yep, that's our name. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit more incentive. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hi, Isao? You came? A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. Oh, I love this beautiful artwork. It's like, it's active, the snow falling. Awanako? I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I got a note telling me to wait here. Was it yours? Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. Ooh, I love that sentence. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The kind of copious noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes locked with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her fingers. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could ever force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they're being stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but it only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Hisao? Oh my god, that was high. My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Oh god, it's the beating of the accursed heart. Hisao! Oh my god, that's awful. Forget my terrible acting. Alright, back to the story. The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, oh wow, that's cool. Oh, it's like paint. Oh, I love it. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches and dull winter sky. Iwanako running towards me. All these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the insistent clatter of the branches above. All darkness. Oh, yeah, I forgot how interactive it was. Oh, like, yeah, here. The heartbeat at the hospital. It is all before the credits. Awesome. Katawa Shujo. Yeah. Oh, look at it. It's like an anime. This is so cool. Look at the dripping water. And this is all a visual novel. So I'm very impressed by this. You know, it's not just blank, you know, not just frames. You know, they're interactive. And then there's videos in here too. And I love how you can like choose your own adventure kind of thing. So I think that's how I'm going to run this series, is that with each decision, I'm going to stop it. Unless they're like right after another. And, you know, I'm going to leave the decision to you guys. Because I think that'd be more fun. You know, that we're all in this together trying to decide how we should move forward. Because apparently there's a lot of decisions. But the intro is going to, I think this might be a little longer one. I can't quite remember because, like I said, it's been a long time since I've played this game. Well, I should say enjoyed this experience, but I do remember it was fun, and it'd be fun to see like which girl we'll end up with, because I know there's multiples, as you'll see from the thumbnail. Oh, we're back. Okay. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Cool. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the background. It's like they took a picture of a hospital room, put an animated background throughout the window, and then it's just they added details here and there that kind of blend the worlds. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. And how do you say that? Erythemia? Google, how do you say this?
Arrhythmia.
Thank you. A strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition, it causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat into way too fast, and it can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on for so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Ugh. Oh, that sucks. False sympathy. Ugh. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubted. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. But at the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. She's the one who caused this. She should have been there every day. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. What? We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. That really sucks. I would think she would want to because, she's the one who asked him out on the date. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on the snowy day ever again. The hospital is not really a place I like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate on when I'll be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answers shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think that it became a bit of an addict. I started feeling naked without my books in hand. I can sympathize with that. Like right now, I missed reading for fun, and now that's why I'm doing this. But I love the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly hard to distinguish from each other, differing only by the books I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. The week can go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was, but other times, all the things that surrounded me would be painfully crash into my consciousness, through the barriers of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's a ritual a head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers and then settling them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Doc. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all of your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands the sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? There we go. Oh my god, look. An absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seem insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Oh my god. Yeah, that looks like a lot. My god. Hallucinations, heart blocks, dizziness. My god, you think about like all the medicines you hear like on the commercials, they always be all like, oh, this is great for you. But remember, and then they just rattle off the list of symptoms. Yeah, this is insane. Exactly. All this that you're going to have to suffer with. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. Wow. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it, attempting to only make me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid that's the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken to your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows is ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. I hate that when they just prescribe you like a list of stuff like that and they're like, alright, let's see how this works. If it doesn't, well, that sucks that you go through those extra symptoms, but we'll fix it. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? It's a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence is a school. It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. Other than that. We went out there, had a couple, we went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'll like it. It looks like I don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problem, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamned opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the change to go back to school. I remember you want to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school. That's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help, in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? Normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to my school anyway. But no, I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I look around the room feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, the doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice, I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. This is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it is a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Alright, finally out of the hospital. Yeah. Woo! Act 1. Life expectancy. Okay, great. Oh. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. Okay, guys, I gave it some thought, and even though we kind of just ended the first act, which is kind of just the intro of it, setting everything up, I want to keep going because I feel like the next little... I think the first selection is close by. So, let's see what's inside the school. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck in thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It didn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. This is your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley, even though I was told this is my new school. In the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I can anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind, and the green hues flash all around me, catching my attention. It makes me think of the hospital again, how they say that the operating rooms are painted green because the green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious, despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back. Even I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there's absolutely no way I can go back anymore. Oh wow. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Hey, tall man, you must be Nikki? Nakai? Nakai? I think that's like Nakai. Nakai, yeah. Wow, this guy, if anyone's ever watched Rooster Teeth, this guy kind of reminds me of Joel. Like Joel is Scruffy Days. Nakai. Alright, Nakai. Tall man. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom science teacher. My name is Mutao? Moo. I kind of just want to call him Moo. Mutao. Let's just stick with Mutao. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looked at his watch. The head nurse asks you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Aha! Okay. Alright. Okay, so we can either be like, why, or, yeah, of course. Yeah. Alright. I knew it. Okay, good. So we're going to stop here. So, the vote is up to you guys. Should we either say, why, or yeah, of course? Yeah, should we be bold, introduce ourselves to the class, like, hey, I'm the guy with the weak heart, so ladies, who wants to fall for me? be all cocky like that? Or should we be kind of standoffish, like, I don't know anyone here. Why should I want to introduce myself? Just, kind of play it safe or be bold. So I'll leave that up to you guys. Please leave them down in the comments so I know. And with that, I'm going to end this section here and then wait until our next decision. Can't wait. Such a good story and so beautifully designed. Like I said, like the background, it looks like a real picture, like it's a real place that you kind of want to visit, and then they input the animated versions into it. So now that I'm gabbing on about it, alright guys, let me know what you think, and if you like this video and you kind of want to see more Katawa Shujo, please hit that sexy like button. And like I said before, please decide down in the comments below if you want to be up to date on any future episodes I will be working on this or any other series I am currently working on. Hit that subscribe button so you're the first to know. And of course, share them with your friends so they can get in on the party. Alright guys, thank you much for joining me. This was fun, kind of reading for fun. And you guys can just listen to this as an audiobook if you want, while you're driving, well, of course, safely, of course, don't be looking down, but I always like to listen to audiobooks when I run or something like that. So you guys can do the same. Or if you're just cleaning around the house or just want to have a voice while you're working. That's what I kind of like to do as well. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. This was so much fun. Hope we can do this again soon. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!